This is an add-on to the last few. I just got off and was like, what about when the worlds collide? That does happen. Sometimes it can get murky. This is the importance of having somebody. Oh, that's interesting. This is the importance of having somebody who is very, very grounded in reality and can remind you that's not true. That was the imagination, right? Like, oh man, it was good. I got off and they flashed me a whole bunch of stuff that I thought, oh yeah, I got to verbalize that. And now here I am and going, wait a minute. It's like you can have two different storylines running in your mind. You know what it's like? Here's what it's like. It's like The Wizard of Oz. And so she has those two different storylines, like the reality of her life. Forgive me, like that humdrum, boring, Midwest farming. And then she had that wild, scary, crazy, dark night of the soul imagination. And then she decided she didn't like the wild, scary world she created with all the twists and turns. And so she was very happy to be back to the humdrum. Yet, one, she didn't make changes, which, okay, let's not go there. What they're showing, though, is sometimes some people can flicker between the two and get the two confused. And it's the idea of like they can't snap out of the dream. How do I say this? It's like they half turned on. Oh, my God. It's like they're one in and one out. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How do I verbalize this? Some people, like I know I can flicker between the two, but I know how to snap myself back into reality too. I can give myself a good old fright, don't get me wrong, and really start to believe something I don't want to believe is true. Like my mind is wild powerful. And, it's like a muscle we build, but we can build it for good or for bad. And you have to be in charge of it. You really do. You really do. If you can't get control of that mind, it'll take you on a ride of your life. It's like letting a wild bull take over and you're like, oh shit, good luck trying to get that back in check. You better get it in check sooner than later. But then it can be the ride of your life. But if you're not riding that bull, fuck, it'll run right over. It'll stab you. It'll drag you. Can we get back on? Yeah. So some people don't have that much control, I suppose. And so it's like they don't know how to snap out of it. It's like they snap out of it, but it's like they have. How do I verbalize this? They're showing somebody who, you know what? I wonder if this is also like could be the same verbiage for like a spiritual awakening without enough grounding or stability, which is probably partially some of my wake-ups, which is probably why they were as bumpy as they were or as challenging or difficult as they were, where, I might have been waking up at a time where there was so much other chaos or stress going on. And again, people can verbalize this in different ways, like, but I'm trying to think like what they would clinically call some of those things. It would probably be like a psychic break or a psychotic break, this kind of thing, right? Where it's like you couldn't accept the truth. You couldn't accept the reality. It was like you so had believed the illusion and lived in the illusion that to have the truth be the grounding reality is, it's like too devastating for your mind and body that it breaks you, right? And these people go into psychotic breaks. It's like they can't accept that truth. They can't accept those realities. And so they lose it, right? Like they literally lose it. And so it's like they slip into sleep forevermore, right? It's that idea where it's like I've seen in movies these faces, and I think that's probably how it is maybe in some kind of these psychotic wards. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's all for the movies. I don't know. But where they look dead, right? Like they look, oh God, how can I say it? It's like, you know how you've seen those people who you look in their eyes and you're like, oh, there's nothing there. There's no one there. There's nothing there. And it's like they've gone so deep into sleep. They've gone so deep into the illusion that they are wildly unaware of any present reality, in that you could be standing in front of them and they do not see you. They do not see you. Right? Which is interesting. They're saying it and showing this way, because I've shared with you, there have been times, like I recall from my childhood, that kind of stuff happening to me where, like I would be, say I was sitting in front of the TV, right? And so it appeared like I was watching the TV, and, yet somebody would be calling me. And so this probably happens in today's world with kids on their phone or computers. Like I remember doing this with my daughter, and they're so sucked into what they're doing, paying so much attention to their phone or their computer or what's happening, that they can't hear you at all. But they're fully immersed in that TV screen or that computer or their phone or whatever. They're just, it's not choosing to ignore you, kind of, but not really. That's not what I mean. I would be watching the TV, or it appeared like I was watching the TV, and I would find out later that people were calling my name, and standing in front of me, jumping up and down in front of me, putting their hands in front of me, like trying to get my attention. But I was off somewhere else. I was totally gone, right? So as I'm explaining the previous, like what I don't know, I'm not any of these things. So please God, I'm just sharing my thoughts over here. Would probably consider it a psychotic break. And so that's interesting that they're showing this imagery and language here now for all of this. Makes me wonder, oh, that's interesting. Was I having psychotic breaks at such a young age as a child, with all that was going on around me, that I did just break? Oh my God, that's so sad that they're showing it like that and saying it like that. But that very well could have been what happened, where it was like I couldn't accept. That's interesting. That reality. And yet, so have I always been that way? Where I've always been flickering between the two? Probably. That reality of, oh shit, sorry, this is clearly something, because that's very sad to me to think that. That it's like 1 foot in and 1 foot out and never really knowing it, where I'm able to flicker between the two, never going completely dead, right? Like it's like I can wake up to the reality, but some of the reality is still challenging to digest. And so it's like, then I wonder if that's why I was able to get so strong in doing that. Oh man. Sorry, I think I am hitting on something there, but it does have me, well, the reason I think that's sad is like, so have I been living in a psychotic break my whole life, but like managing to get by, so to speak? I mean, I guess it's just such a harsh word, right? Because I'm thinking, well, technically then probably everybody has to some degree. That's what it is. It's to what degree? To what degree are you living in your current reality? And to what degree are you living in some illusion. And I think the majority of people are living in autopilot, right? The illusion. Sadly, I think that most of the time and most of their life. And yet I don't think I have. I mean, this is what I talk about all the time and focus on and work on. So this is all very interesting to me and clearly took a side turn per usual. Per usual. That is something interesting that I think I'll have to sit with at some point. But getting back to what I was originally, because we'll have to go work on me in addition to this another time. What they originally were showing me was this idea of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, where people would flicker back and forth and not know the real from the fake, or not being able to accept that, where I am able to do that. Like I am able to know when I'm indulging in that fantasy and snap out of it and come back to the present moment. You've heard me say it in a way of like, I know how to behave. In other words, I know how to get grounded and present and be fully engaged with my present moment without pulling my past in or future in, right? Like I'm able to do that. And that's when we all feel like, you know, if you're with me during those times, you too will feel at peace because you can feel my peace because I'm able to be so present. That is the gift, right? That's the Lao Tzu. That is the gift. When you're able to hold that amount of presence and awareness, it is like filling with unconditional love. That's what that is. That's what that feels like, because it's no judgment, no conditions, no anything. You're just fully there. You're fully witnessing somebody else because you are fully there. And it feels blissful for me. And I've been told for others who have been with me in those states, it's blissful for them. And I don't know that I've been around a lot of people that have been fully present with me or able to be such. But I have been around people I feel comfortable with, or how about this? I do think that, well, that's true. Okay. Well, I guess that shoots that theory. What I was going to say was, I do think that I'm able to be more present and more relaxed and more at peace with others who are more at peace within themselves. So it's like allows me to drop in even deeper, right? It's like magnifying that peace even more. But maybe that's what it is. It's just simply magnifying it more. Because the reason I said that theory is because then they just flashed me a bunch of people that I'm able to remain truly present with who are a fucking disaster inside. And that's when there's times where it feels like it really does. It does feel like sometimes they put me on assignment, right? To really share that love with those people or attempt to pour love into them, which again, I can't ever do. It's not Karin who's doing that, but it's because I've done my work to open up my vessel to that degree. It does feel like they will put me in places and times or situations or with certain people who have so much chaos inside of them. So essentially it's trauma and confusion and delusion. They're not able to clear out their body and their mind in a way that they can be in unison. And so they have that tug of war going on inside of them. And so it's almost like they'll put me with those people to be me and to bring my presence, which really is just open up my vessel to unconditional love, right? For those people to be around it, to feel it, to see it, to witness it. It's almost like a way to encourage them or give them hope that they too can get there if they so choose, right? You know, it's they too. Yeah, it's interesting how they're showing this. One, it's interesting to me that they're right. I have been able to hold space for them, unconditional love, to be with me and in me and fill me just as much then, even though... That's interesting, because I was going to say it's almost like they fill in me even more than at times, only because I'm thinking if I didn't allow that during those times, I would maybe be triggered, which is interesting to me because it's like if you heal those things, you're not usually triggered there, but maybe that's a lie. Maybe it's like, no, you're always sensitive to those things. You're human. But it's like, what is that then? What are you showing me? I don't know how to say that because it almost feels like if it's like they feel me more during those times, because if it was me that was there, it's almost like I wouldn't be able to fill my mission, only because that's how they're showing it. It's such a weird word to use it like that, like a mission. But and so it's like they take over even more so that I can help others. But by helping others, and again, it's an illusion that I'm doing that because I'm not, but that illusion I could buy into as well. And that does make me feel better. So it's almost like healing me, right? It's that idea, that illusion that I would be healing them because then I see them happy and healed like that does, as you can hear. Sorry. That does make me happy and that does make me feel good. Like I like to see people happy. And I know this goes back to the people pleasing and all that stuff. So it's like I have to be careful with that. But doesn't it just feel good to be around other people that are happy, healed, and whole? It's so, you know why it's sad? It's like happy and sad how I feel right now. It's almost sad because it's showing. It's kind of like, what is that? It's like, it's almost like this idea of like if I can't heal me all the way, then at least maybe I can heal somebody else all the way. Oh, that's so sad. That's just not true. Or maybe that is true. Maybe that's me not wanting to face that reality, right? Like maybe one can never be healed and whole, and that hurts to think that, but I think that's a lie. And maybe that's not the lie. Maybe that's not the lie. Maybe one can never be fully healed and whole, but we can fully love and accept ourselves. That's what I've learned. That's what I've learned, is we can accept who we are, where we're at. So it's not, like I just said, it's like good and bad cry. So it's like that. So that it's like, sometimes I really cry because I'm just so overwhelmed with them. Like they'll fill me and flood me to such a degree that it has me cry, but it's like a release. It's a cry of joy. Although that's interesting too. They're showing it's like a release because sometimes it is like such tension or control or upset or worry or fret in my body. And so it's like that torment, pain, torture that we place ourselves under. We force ourselves down. And when we release it, it's such a release that it is like my body also cries, right? Like it's like it no longer has to suppress in those tears or hold it back. And so it just comes flooding out. That's why they say if it's good to cry, it's good to release, it's good to get those things out. Don't suppress it, because you could end up suppressing, grieving, and all that stuff for so many years that you don't even know you're doing it. This is why it's terrible that, what's that old like rhetoric? I hope people aren't still doing those. I feel like there's enough awareness that's been brought to it, but I'm sure people still do this. What is it? It's that bullshit rhetoric like boys don't cry or something like that. It's like a saying. And it's like, oh God, who started that lie? And how awful, because then it is causing angry men. It is causing, it's like encouraging abusive men. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, it's forcing them to hold in truth, hold in real emotion, hold in real responses in real time, only to then be expressed likely through the opposing, through anger, through frustration, through rage, and likely outwardly, and who knows who the target is. So it's like, who's really to blame? That's why I often say to you, there's no bad people. I don't believe they come in bad, but we end up the ones who are suppressed the most, the ones who are hurt the most and aren't taught how to release it and don't find out how to release it, don't heal themselves, don't look for healing, don't do any of these things. They're the ones who are likely the ones that were hurt the most. And so then they hurt the most, right? Like they hurt others the most, right? Hurt people. Yet they were not the cause or the source of it. Do you see what I'm saying? This is why it's like, but then when everybody targets them, like, oh my God, they're the ones with the rage. They're the ones who are so awful. It's like, oh no, they already have 45 million swords in them. Let's not give them more swords to make them even angrier, right? Or worse, they're trying to kill them. And it's like, don't you see they have a million swords in them? It's like, we can't seem to see these things or understand these things. And so we perpetuate the problem or increase the problem by making it worse or feeding into it. It's a fucking shit show down here. So it's like, that's why to me, it's always, well, what's the answer? You got to just love yourself and then set that example. You have to love yourself. You have to figure out what that means. You have to feel better. You have to do the things that really make you feel better, that you know make you feel better because you're clean and clear to know they make you feel better, right? Don't do the things that you think are going to make you feel better because you're suppressing the truth, like drugs or alcohol or shopping or eating or, we could go down. I could be on here for years. That was the other thing that they were showing me about how some of us are so alone or do talk to the unseen so much or do whatever that when we see others, we do. I've told you that before. Okay. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.